Good morning everybody. Today we'll be studying what is a single pass macroprocessor. Now this is a simple macro example. Now if we see, macros always begin with a macro keyword. This is the name of the macro eval and it has three parameters: ampersand x, ampersand y and ampersand op. Ampersand x is positional parameter. Positional parameter means its value has to be given during runtime, whereas ampersand y and ampersand op are known as keyword parameters because they have an equal to sign associated with it, and the default value can be specified during definition of the macro, or it also can be specified while runtime. Any macro should always end with the keyword emend, and these two are the macro calls. So first let's see how to expand this macro. This is the same macro which I have written. This is the macro call. So there are four specific duties of a macro processor. The first duty is to recognize the macro definition. Now how to recognize the macro definition is wherever you see the macro keyword, from that point up to the emend we reach, it is your macro definition. Second is store the macro definition. That is what we are going to see in this video. We need to store this entire macro definition somewhere into the memory. Third is recognize the macro call. So the macro processor needs to find out whether this is a macro call or no. And the fourth one is expand the macro. Now basic definition of macro is whenever there is a macro call, instead of the call, the entire macro gets substituted. Let's see how this happens here. Now if we check this, the expansion of this will be eval. A is the first parameter, so that gets substituted as ampersand x. Ampersand y, we are giving the value as b, and ampersand op we are not specifying from here, indicating that you can take the direct default value of ampersand op which is mentioned here. So the expansion will be load A, it will be add, because add stands for op, so it is add b, and we say store A. This is the expansion of the first macro call. The second macro call, if we can see, we are passing m as the first parameter which corresponds to ampersand x. But the second parameter which we are passing is ampersand op. And since it is a keyword parameter, this op will get, this sub will get replaced in place of add here. Even though in the macro definition this is the third parameter and in the macro call this is the second parameter, still there will be no change since this is keyword parameters. So expansion of this will be, we'll say load m, then we can write down as sub, because now we are changing the default value of ampersand op from the call. So this becomes sub, so it's going to be n, and then finally we are going to say store m. Store m. So this is how macro expansion takes place. Now next, for doing this for a one pass macro processor, which all databases will be required? Moving on to the databases, the first database required will be MNT. MNT stands for macro name table. So an entry for the macro name will be specifically made here. Now the name which we can see from our program is eval. So the entry for eval is made. The second column is MDTP. It stands for the macro definition table pointer. So the next table which we are going to generate is the macro definition table, where the exact definition of your macro is stored. So pointer to that will be mentioned here. Then this column is hash pp, which tells how many positional parameters do you have in your macro. Now as per our macro, we have ampersand x to be a single positional parameter, so hence we write here 1. Hash kp stands for how many keyword parameters do we have. So as per our macro, we have two keyword parameters, ampersand y and ampersand op. So we mention here two. The next one is KPTP. KPTP stands for keyword parameter table pointer. So we have one more table later on, that is the keyword parameter table. So pointer to this will be mentioned here. Why a pointer to only keyword parameter table is required is because keyword parameters are those parameters which may have default values. So we can directly fetch the default values in case in the macro call we do not get any specific value for the same. The last one is hash EVS. This stands for expansion variables. Now, in a macro, whenever we try to expand a macro, there may be cases where we can get some local variables like LCL A. So, A is a local variable and we declare it to be a local variable with the help of the keyword LCL. So this becomes a local variable for the macro. Its scope is only within macro keyword and emend keyword. Now, these are used specifically for expansion purpose. If I need any kind of help in expansion, we will be using these local variables. So if in case in our macro we have any such variables which are declared using the keyword LCL, we specify that under hash EVS. Now, right now in our program, we have no local variables mentioned over here. So hence our hash EVS is 0. Next, we move on to the MDT table, that is the macro definition table. Here, after the keyword macro, whatever you have in your up to the keyword emend, you need to specify this into the MDT. But slight changes. Just have a look. We are writing the name of the macro in a proper way. But when we are specifying the parameters, I am specifying this with load hash 1, hash 3, hash 2. This is the reason because I'll get these values during runtime. Hence, I need to specify them as hash. Up to the keyword emend, the entry needs to be made into MDT. Please note that the keyword macro need not be present here. Moving on to the next table, that's the KPT, that is the keyword parameter table. Now here if you see, the entry for both the keyword parameters are made and we have kept a track of what are the default values. Now if we go back to the macro, ampersand y has no default value, hence we try to keep it blank, and ampersand op has a default value, so we try to keep it as it is. Moving on to the parameter list, this is APL, that is the actual parameter list. This will tell you hash 1, hash 2, hash 3 in case from your macro call. This will be substituted from your macro call. Now, if we refer to the program, the second macro call, we have the first parameter as n, second parameter as sub, and second parameter as n because y refers to the second parameter, and third parameter as sub. So that entry we are making inside the APL. If we do this, if we try to do this for the first call, in that case hash 1 will be A, hash 2 will be I think B, and hash 3 will be add because this is something which is directly coming from the KPT table. Yes, it will be A, B and add. Last, we have the EVS, that is expansion variables. We are right now having no variables which are declared with the keyword LCL in our entire macro. Hence, we are making this blank. If by chance we have some keyword parameter, some local parameters, we need to mention here. Thank you.